Hey everyone, Rob from ProWresBlog here, www.prowresblog.blogspot.com. Hey, today we're going to review WWF Primetime Wrestling from March 9th, 1987. Originally, I didn't have this video, and I found it, so I figured I'd review it, right? Building up to WrestleMania, so we got to see what's all happening. Um, Alright, Gorilla and Heenan just mostly talked to start the show, their usual stuff. And we went into the first match, which was Outback Jack versus Barry O. Yeah, Outback Jack was pretty bad. Barry O looked kind of cool. I mean, he is Randy Orton's uncle. And, I don't know, he had cool tights and he had a decent look to him. But Outback Jack, for those who don't know, Outback Jack was really pushed around like the beginning of '87, and he was WWE's newest character. He was supposed to be the Crocodile Dundee wrestling person. So yeah, the match really stunk. Jack won with a boomerang, and that's a clothesline to the front, then a clothesline to the back. It was quick and it was boring, and the crowd was very dead. I thought that this next line really described this whole thing perfectly. Gorilla said, "The boomerang. We're going to be seeing a lot of that, I'm afraid." And Heenan said the same thing I'd probably want to say, "I'm afraid." So I thought that was funny. Heenan also said this on Outback Jack. He said, "He can climb into the ring with anybody. It's just a matter of staying." Um, Bobby then ripped into Koko Beware because next we had Koko Beware versus Sika, the Samoan. Sika got on the mic beforehand and he was just yelling kind of gibberish and talking Samoan, and he yelled "Hey" and some other weird stuff. Kind of funny to hear him talk because you wouldn't think they do that because he's a monster heel, but whatever. Koko ended up getting the win with a drop kick to the back here. Near the end, he rolled up. He went under the ring actually and hid, and no one kind of knew what was going on. And Sika went to that side to look for him where he entered, and Koko came right out the back, drop kicked him, and rolled him up for the win. It really wasn't much of a match, just Sika doing his stuff and doing punches and lots of boring offense, and Koko just taking it until he hit the finish. Heenan was funny here, though, so he kind of saved the match. Heenan later complained after that Frankie the Bird went to the bathroom on him, and he wasn't too happy about that. Gorilla thought it was pretty funny. Ricky Steamboat cut a promo, and he said he wanted to make Savage suffer and pay, and he just generally cut a very boring promo. Yeah. We went into the WrestleMania report next with Jimmy Hart and Aretha Franklin having a face-to-face. Hart was trying to get Franklin to do a duet with Honky, and she wasn't buying that one at all. She was not up for it, and she said, "I see why they call you the mouth of the South. Shut up." That was kind of funny. I like that one. Hey, Jimmy goes the extra step for his crew. You can't blame the guy for trying. I thought that was kind of cool. Bob Uecker then cut a weird promo. This is going to be his first weird promo of the night because he had another really weird one later. He said he wouldn't make predictions for WrestleMania 3, and he said something about like Smokey the Bear not breaking his matches when he smoked. I don't know. I have no idea what that meant. Very weird promo. They showed the footage again of Adrian Adonis accidentally cutting Brutus Beefcake's hair from a few weeks ago. I think I mentioned how stupid that angle was, and I forget which week that was, but it was pretty bad. They then showed Brutus doing an interview, and he had like the whole front of his hair missing with the rest. He looked absolutely terrible, and I don't know how they actually recovered it for WrestleMania 3 in time because he looked okay then. Maybe he just didn't do house shows or something. I don't know. Um, Heenan was funny though. He compared the haircut to saying, and he said this: "That haircut, you know what it looks like? It looks like Runway 9 at O'Hare. O'Hare's an airport, in case you don't know." So yeah. Um, Gorilla Monsoon talked about visiting Camp Andre, with Heenan, and he said he found a bunch of weasel dolls that I guess Heenan had collected from fans. And he also talked about like finding some kind of tape and some issues with Andre, which he wouldn't really go into. We next had the Natural Butch Reed versus Tito Santana. Slick was really dressed up well here. He looked pretty cool. I don't know. The match was just too long, unfortunately, and it really dragged. Reed did some decent bumping, and they had some good ideas, but it really went on forever, and there was just too much not good stuff. The ending of this one really wasn't that good. They went to a double DQ because Slick and Coco Beware both ran in. Um, and what was dumb about it was Tito and Coco celebrated after. It's like, dude, you just got DQ'd because of Coco. What are you celebrating about? So, yeah, I didn't really get that. Things did not get better from here because next up we had Paul Roma versus Salvatore Bellomo. Bellomo is dressed up in this like full body black suit with the Italian colors on it, and the crowd was pretty bored here. Roma got the win here with a power slam. Like I said, it was boring, and Roma was really green here, messing up some basic stuff. The crowd was mostly heckling the wrestlers, and we did get some boring chants. And even the announcer seemed kind of bored. Next up, we had the Honkytonk Man versus Pedro Morales. Like I said, I saw a Pedro match a couple of weeks back on Primetime, and it was really bad. He's just like I don't get how he was champion when he was. He just looked so slow and bored, and wasn't that good. And this match also wasn't very good. Honky ended up getting the win here with his feet on the ropes after a Jimmy Hart distraction. It wasn't any good. Pedro, just no fire, no interest, no care, and he wasn't over at all. And they started off with like a really long 5-minute stall session, and it just wasted time. It wasn't good. It was too long, and yeah, just total stinker. We then went to the second weird Bob Uecker promo of the night. He said he likes Heenan and he thinks he's a good man. And then he talked about his dad stealing cars. And Mean Gene actually got in on it too. And he said, like, his dad or his friends did that too. And they got caught. I don't know. Again, I have no idea. And then Bob Uecker talked about like going to wrestling when he was a kid. And he talked about seeing some guy called the Great Zucchini, who he said was shot out of cannons and apparently stopped doing this after he landed in a gas station. Yeah, it was weird. Next up was our main event of the night, if you can believe that. We had King Kong Bundy versus Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake won by countout here after he put his snake in the ring and threatened Bundy with it. Now, just think about that. Jake took a wild and dangerous animal in the ring. He didn't get DQ'd, and Bundy got counted out for leaving the ring and trying not to get bitten by this animal. I could not wrap my head around that one. I'm like, what the heck was going on here? The match actually had very little focus, unfortunately. Damien was at ringside in a bag, and the bag had a hole in it where he was putting his mouth through. And Hart was all scared of it, and Heenan was out there all scared of it too the whole time. So they mostly focused on that. It really would have been easy to even forget that there was a match going on here because it certainly wasn't the focus. Wasn't good, and it stunk. To end the show, Gorilla and Heenan talked more about Gorilla bringing camera to Camp Andre, and Heenan talked about not enjoying it to end the show. And that was pretty much it. Overall thoughts, Heenan was funny here, and he helped the show along, but man, this show stunk. There were just bad matches, bad finishes, bad everything. And there was Outback Jack, which is a different level of bad. Really skipped this one because this was just a waste of time, and I didn't enjoy it at all. So, I don't recommend this. Alright, thank you everyone. To see this full review with pictures and gifs, check out www.ProWresBlog.blogspot.com. Thank you very much. Yada, yada, yada.